Niger Delta militants to federal government. Reject South-South governors' demand till 13% derivations paid. Barely 48 hours after South-South governors and leaders made a 7-point demand, including restructuring and true federalism. On the federal government, a coalition of 9 militant groups under the auspices of Reformed Niger Delta Avengers (RNDA) yesterday asked the federal government to throw away the request until the governors start releasing 13% derivation fund directly to the oil-producing community. They also asked the governors to account for about 50 trillion derivation fund they had so far received from the federal government. South-South governors, leaders and others at a stakeholders meeting on Tuesday in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, with a federal government delegation led by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, tabled the 7-point demand after a botched meeting the previous week. RNDA also accused the governors of underdeveloping Niger Delta and misappropriating over 40 trillion derivation funds, saying they had no honorable standing to make demands on the federal government. In a swift reaction to RNDA assertion, the Akwa Ibom state government yesterday asked the group to focus more on the issues of deprivation, neglect and injustice affecting the South-South states instead of issuing threats. Also reacting, National Chairman of the Apex Socio-Cultural Organization of the South-South Geopolitical Zone, Pan Niger Delta Forum (PANDEF), Air Commodore Aidogenis Nkeja, alleged that for such a message to come from freedom fighters of the region, it may have been sponsored. The militants in their demand said RNDA and the 9 militant groups vehemently reject and oppose the 7-point demands made by the governors of the South-South region following their meeting with a delegation of the federal government. Headed by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari at Port Harcourt, Rivers State, the 7-point demands for restructuring, true federalism, resource control and others at this point in time, after the NSAS youth protest, which now negates 21-day ultimatum by RNDA, should not be taken seriously because they lack the moral right to ask for any such 7-point demands. If anything, and if at all, the governors should first of all come out openly to give proper account of the over 44.9 to 50 trillion that these South-South governors have collected from the federal government as 13% derivation fund through the federation account. All these years without any tangible, meaningful, people-oriented human capital development to address the sufferings of the people of the oil-rich region. This is why the oil and gas producing community demands that the federal government should stop henceforth paying the 13% derivation fund to governors. The governors are owing debts to the tune of over 2 trillion. Records from the Debt Management Office shows the South-South state alone is indebted to the tune of 1.4 trillion. Militants said. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, at first, what will warrant the federal government to be paying the 13% to South-South governors? Yes, let's start with that. What will warrant them? Are they the right people to get the 13%? Is that the right channel to channel the 13% to? Where the community where this oil is being extracted from is where this 13% is supposed to channel to. I want to believe that this community has an association and some elders that will be representing them as elders of that community. So as elders of that community, they are fit and strong enough to represent their people and carry out whatever task the federal government want them to carry out. You understand? So there is nothing to argue about. The federal government has gotten it wrong by channeling it on the right track. So even if the Niger Delta want to start their attack, they should begin it from the governors, from the federal government, before thinking about the South governors. Though the South governors have more are supposed to receive more of the punishment and more of the attack. Understand? But the people that actually channeled it to them are the people that deserve to be attacked first. Because these people, they're supposed to know that they are actually looking for their own pockets and no other person's pocket. They are working for themselves and not for the people. You understand? So all the while that they have been working as governors, how many communities in the south side have they been able to develop? How many? So what are we saying? So the federal government, to me, need to recheck this, reshape the system, and know the right place to channel this 13%. All right. So my viewers, deem it fit to leave your comments below the comment box. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.